Only a few persons will survive tomorrow, because the world is about to enter a new dimension, and only those who are paying attention to my words and teachings will survive in the season starting from tomorrow. Child, do not let fear seize your heart when you hear this, for fear has never been my language. I speak not to terrify you, but to awaken you. What I call tomorrow is not bound by the rising or setting of the sun alone. It is the crossing of a threshold, a moment when what has been hidden becomes visible, and what has been ignored begins to demand an answer. Many will continue walking as they always have, unaware that the ground beneath them has shifted, but those who have learned to listen will feel the change even before it fully arrives. The world you have known has been sustained by noise of ambition, of pride, of endless wanting. Voices have shouted over one another, each claiming truth, yet few have paused to hear the stillness where my voice rests. Tomorrow the weight of that noise will become unbearable for many, and they will grow weary without knowing why. Survival, as I speak of it, is not merely the continuation of breath, but the ability to remain whole when confusion spreads, to remain rooted when certainty collapses. I have spoken to you in many ways, through conscience, through moments of quiet conviction, through the ache you feel when you turn away from what is right. I have spoken through kindness received when you least expected it, and through correction that stung yet saved you from deeper harm. Those who have treated these moments as sacred seeds have allowed their inner soil to be prepared. Those who dismiss them as coincidence will struggle to recognize what is unfolding. Child, understand this clearly. The new dimension is not a distant place you must travel to, nor a realm reserved for the powerful or the perfect. It is a way of seeing, a way of being. It is the alignment of your inner life with truth. When the old structures fail, structures built on deception, greed, and indifference, only what is rooted in truth will stand. Many have built impressive lives upon fragile foundations, and tomorrow those foundations will reveal their weakness. I am not abandoning the world. I am refining it. Fire does not destroy gold, it reveals it. Pressure does not eliminate what is true, it exposes what was false. The season you are entering will amplify what already exists within each heart. Love will become stronger. Hatred will grow louder. Integrity will shine more clearly, and corruption will lose its disguise. This is why paying attention matters now more than ever. Do not imagine that survival belongs to those who claim my name loudly while neglecting my ways. I do not measure devotion by words spoken in public, but by choices made in secret. I see how you treat those who cannot benefit you. I see what you do when no one applauds you. I see the thoughts you entertain and the intentions you nurture. Tomorrow will not be negotiated with appearances. It will respond only to truth. You may wonder why so many will struggle. It is because they have been taught to look outward for salvation, toward systems, toward leaders, toward wealth, while ignoring the inner work I have long invited them to do. When those external supports tremble, panic will rise in those who never learned to anchor themselves in me. But those who have practiced trust, humility, and discernment will recognize that even in uncertainty, they are not lost. Child, I am calling you to stillness, not withdrawal, to awareness, not passivity. Remain present. Watch carefully. Speak with wisdom, not urgency. There will be moments when silence will serve you better than argument, and moments when gentle truth will be more powerful than force. Do not rush to convince. Instead, embody what you know. Light does not need to shout to be seen. You will notice changes in how people respond to one another. Patience will be tested. Old wounds will surface. Many will feel exposed, as if their inner lives are suddenly visible. This is not punishment. It is an invitation to healing. Yet not all will accept it. Some will cling fiercely to familiar pain rather than step into unfamiliar freedom. Do not follow them into bitterness. Compassion does not require you to carry what others refuse to release. I ask you to guard your heart, not by closing it, but by grounding it. Return often to what is true, simple, and eternal. Remember that you are not sustained by constant certainty, but by faithful trust. When answers do not come quickly, remain patient. When the path ahead seems unclear, take the next right step rather than demanding the full map. I walk with those who move in faith, not those who wait only for proof. Tomorrow will challenge illusions. The illusion that you are alone. The illusion that power lies in control. The illusion that worth is earned through comparison. These falsehoods have shaped much of the world's suffering. As they weaken, there may be grief, for even lies can feel familiar. Allow yourself to mourn what must pass, but do not try to resurrect what was never meant to last. Child, survival in this season will look like resilience without hardness, clarity without arrogance, conviction without cruelty. It will look like choosing truth even when it costs you comfort. It will look like resting when the world urges you to panic, and moving when the world insists you stay numb. I will not leave you guessing. I will continue to speak, but you must continue to listen. Pay attention to the quiet nudges, the moments of inner knowing that do not demand attention yet persist. Pay attention to the discomfort that arises when you compromise what you know is right. Pay attention to the peace that follows obedience, even when obedience feels difficult at first. These are not random experiences. They are guidance. Do not fear being among the few. I have always worked through remnants, through those willing to walk against the current without despising those who follow it. Being few does not mean being superior, it means being responsible. You are not chosen to escape the world, but to serve it with wisdom and steadiness while it adjusts to what is new. The season beginning tomorrow will reward sincerity. Masks will become heavy, pretenses will crack. Those who have invested in character will find that what they cultivated quietly now sustains them openly. Those who chased only image will feel exposed and exhausted. Let this not fill you with pride, but with humility and gratitude, for everything you have that endures was first given to you. My power is not confined by place, climate, condition, or circumstance. It is not weakened by chaos nor strengthened by comfort. It does not depend on whether the ground is fertile or barren, whether the air is calm or violent, whether the season is gentle or severe. My power precedes environment and outlasts it. Environments change, systems collapse, landscapes shift, but I remain, and what is sustained by me does not merely endure. It adapts, grows, and fulfills its purpose even where survival seems impossible. You have been taught to believe that strength is the ability to dominate surroundings, to bend conditions to your will, to escape what is hostile and settle only where life is easy. But my power teaches something deeper. True strength is the ability to remain alive inwardly no matter what surrounds you, to carry clarity into confusion, peace into turmoil, and hope into desolation. When you are rooted in me, no environment has the final word over you. Look at creation, and you will see my signature everywhere. Life emerges in deserts, beneath oceans, within frozen ground, and in places untouched by human hands. This is not chance, it is testimony. I did not design life to be fragile in the face of adversity, but responsive to my sustaining breath. What appears inhospitable to the eye is not inhospitable to my power. Where resources seem scarce, I multiply what is needed. Where paths appear blocked, I open ways unseen. My power does not always remove pressure. Often it teaches you how to live within it without being crushed. I do not promise the absence of storms, but I give you roots deep enough that winds cannot uproot you. I do not promise endless daylight, but I give you vision that works even in darkness. Many misunderstand my power because they expect it to function as escape rather than endurance, as exemption rather than transformation. Child, when you enter environments that test you, places of conflict, uncertainty, limitation, or loss, do not ask first why you are there. Ask instead who you are becoming there. I allow certain conditions not to weaken you, but to reveal the strength I've already placed within you. My power works from the inside outward. It stabilizes the heart before it alters the landscape. It anchors the spirit before it reshapes the surroundings. There are environments that strip away illusions, environments that expose dependency, environments that force honesty. These are not enemies of life, they are teachers. My power does not fail in them. It thrives in them. It teaches you how to breathe when the air feels thin, how to walk when the ground feels unstable, how to trust when familiar markers disappear. Those who rely only on external comfort will falter, but those who rely on me will discover capacities they never knew they possessed. Understand this: my power is not reactive. It is not something I deploy only when things go wrong. It is constant, sustaining every moment, whether you acknowledge it or not. The rhythm of your breath, the persistence of your heart, the quiet resilience of your mind, all are held by me. When environments shift suddenly and stability seems lost, it is not that my power has arrived late. It is that you are becoming newly aware of what has always been present. I sustain you in environments of abundance as well as scarcity. Abundance tests humility. Scarcity tests trust. Both require my power. In abundance, my power keeps you from arrogance and waste. In scarcity, it keeps you from despair and collapse. You do not outgrow your need for me by having more, nor are you abandoned by having less. I remain equally present in both. Many fear hostile environments because they believe life can only flourish under ideal conditions. But I am the God who specializes in non-ideal conditions. I form character under pressure, wisdom through complexity, compassion through pain. My power teaches you how to carry life into places where it has been absent, not by force, but by presence. When you walk with me, you become a living environment yourself, one where truth can breathe, where healing can occur, where hope can take root. You ask how my power helps you sustain any environment. It begins by changing how you perceive it. What you call unbearable, I call formative. What you call limiting, I call focusing. What you call impossible, I call untested. My power reframes reality, not by denying difficulty, but by revealing meaning within it. When meaning is restored, endurance follows. I do not sustain you by numbing you. I do not make you indifferent to pain or blind to injustice. My power sharpens awareness while strengthening resolve. It allows you to feel deeply without breaking, to see clearly without becoming cynical, to act boldly without becoming reckless. This balance does not come from human effort alone. It comes from alignment with me. There will be environments where you are misunderstood, where your values seem out of place, where your integrity feels costly. My power sustains you there by reminding you that belonging is not determined by agreement, but by purpose. You do not need every environment to affirm you. You need to remain faithful within it. When you do, even hostile ground can eventually yield fruit. Child, remember that environments are not only external. Some of the most challenging landscapes exist within you. Memories that wound, fears that linger, thoughts that accuse, habits that drain life. My power sustains you there as well. I am not intimidated by your inner chaos. I move within it with patience and precision. I do not overwhelm, I restore. One truth at a time, one step at a time, I reshape what once felt uninhabitable. My power is gentle, yet unstoppable. It does not always announce itself with spectacle. Often it works quietly, persistently, like roots breaking through stone over time. Do not underestimate what I am doing simply because it feels slow. Sustainability is not built through haste. What endures is formed through consistency and trust. When environments demand compromise, my power gives you discernment. When environments demand conformity, my power gives you courage. When environments demand silence, my power gives you wisdom to know when to speak and when to wait. You are not sustained by resisting everything around you, but by remaining anchored in what is eternal while navigating what is temporary. I do not promise that every environment will change because you are in it, but I promise that you will not be undone by it if you remain with me. Some places you are meant to transform, others you are meant to endure, still others you are meant to leave when the time is right. My power guides you in knowing the difference. Child, my power is relational, not mechanical. It flows through trust, not control. The more you rely on me, the more resilient you become, not because life becomes easier, but because you become steadier. You learn how to rest even while moving, how to hope even while waiting, how to love even while wounded. This is sustainability that no environment can take from you. You will encounter seasons where everything familiar dissolves and nothing new has fully formed. These in-between environments are often the most frightening, yet my power is strongest there, holding you between what was and what will be. Do not rush these moments. They are thresholds, not dead ends. I am teaching you how to live without leaning on what no longer serves you. I sustain you when systems fail, when leaders disappoint, when structures prove fragile. My power was never meant to be replaced by human constructs. They are tools, not foundations. When they shake, return to me. I am not shaken. What is built on me adapts rather than collapses. Child, you are not sustained by controlling your environment, but by cooperating with my presence within it. When you resist what I am teaching you, exhaustion grows. When you align with me, even difficult environments become bearable. Peace does not come from perfect conditions. It comes from trusted guidance. My power teaches you how to be flexible without losing integrity, how to adjust without surrendering truth. This is how you survive any environment, by remaining centered while remaining responsive. Rigidity breaks. Rootedness holds. Know this deeply. No place you enter is godless. No situation is beyond my reach. No condition nullifies my power. When you feel outnumbered, overwhelmed, or overstretched, you are not abandoned. You are being sustained in ways you may not yet recognize. Trust grows when you see that you are still standing, still breathing, still becoming, even when logic says you should have fallen. I am the God who sustains life in exile, wisdom in captivity, joy in sorrow, and purpose in uncertainty. My power does not merely help you survive environments. It teaches you how to live fully within them. And as you learn this, you become a testimony, not of your strength, but of my faithfulness. And now hear this, child, with clarity and calm. My power does not exhaust itself. It does not diminish when shared, nor does it weaken when called upon repeatedly. Human strength fades through use, but my power is renewed by expression. The more you lean into it, the more clearly it flows. This is why those who appear fragile yet trust me endure longer than those who seem strong, but rely only on themselves. I sustain you not by shielding you from reality, but by equipping you to meet it without losing yourself. When environments attempt to define you by their limitations, my power reminds you that your identity precedes every condition you enter. You are not shaped by scarcity, hostility, or instability. You are shaped by my intention. Conditions may influence your experience, but they do not own your destiny. There will be times when the environment demands urgency, when everything around you pushes for reaction. My power teaches you restraint. It slows your spirit even when circumstances accelerate. This stillness is not weakness, it is mastery. From it comes clear judgment, measured action, and lasting impact. Those who move too quickly often move without me. Those who learn to pause find that I am already working. My power also sustains you by teaching you how to release what no longer belongs to you. Not every burden you carry is yours to hold. Some environments thrive on excess weight, expectations, guilt, fear, responsibility that was never assigned to you. When you surrender these to me, you free energy for what truly matters. Sustainability is not about carrying more, it is about carrying what is true. Child, understand that endurance is not passive. It is an active partnership with me. When you choose integrity in a corrupt setting, when you choose patience in a hurried world, when you choose compassion in a hardened atmosphere, you are not merely surviving. You are actively participating in my power. Every such choice strengthens your inner structure, making you less dependent on favorable conditions. I also sustain environments through you. Where you walk in awareness of me, atmospheres shift subtly but surely. Tension eases. Truth gains room to breathe. Disorder encounters resistance. You may not see immediate results, but nothing aligned with me is wasted. Seeds planted in difficult soil often grow deeper roots. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. Many seek dramatic intervention, but my power often works through steady faithfulness, showing up when it would be easier to withdraw, remaining honest when dishonesty would be rewarded, continuing to love when love seems unreturned. These acts appear small, yet they reshape environments over time. When environments attempt to isolate you, my power reminds you that you are never disconnected from me. Loneliness is not defined by absence of people, but by absence of connection. Even in isolation, you are sustained by my presence. I speak there. I strengthen there. I prepare you there. Some of the strongest foundations are built in quiet places. Child, there are environments that feel overwhelming because they are larger than your understanding. In such moments, do not attempt to comprehend everything. My power sustains you by allowing partial knowledge without panic. You are not required to grasp the whole picture to remain faithful within it. Trust does not demand total visibility. It demands willingness. You will encounter environments shaped by fear. Fear spreads quickly, distorts judgment, and drains energy. My power counters fear not by denying danger, but by establishing order within you. When your inner world is ordered, external chaos loses authority. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is fear placed in proper proportion under trust. There will also be environments shaped by excess. Too much information, too many demands, too many voices. My power sustains you through discernment. It teaches you what to ignore as much as what to engage. Not everything requires your response. Not every call is an assignment. Learning this preserves your strength. Child, my power is not abstract. It is practical. It teaches you when to rest and when to move, when to speak and when to listen, when to hold on and when to let go. This wisdom is how you remain effective across changing conditions. Exhaustion often comes not from doing too much, but from doing what was never yours to do. I sustain you emotionally as well as spiritually. When environments trigger old wounds or awaken unresolved grief, my power does not rush you past them. It walks with you through them. Healing is not avoidance, it is integration. What is faced with me loses its power to control you. Remember that my power does not isolate you from others. It teaches you how to remain yourself among them. You do not need to absorb every mood, adopt every opinion, or mirror every behavior around you. Boundaries are not walls, they are points of stewardship. They protect what I am growing in you. In environments of loss, my power sustains you through presence rather than explanation. Some pain cannot be reasoned away. It must be carried with gentleness. I do not rush grief. I accompany it. And in time, what once felt unbearable becomes integrated into a larger story of endurance and meaning. Child, you are sustained not only for yourself, but for what you are meant to contribute. My power ensures that even in difficult environments, your gifts are not extinguished. They may be expressed differently, refined through limitation, but they remain alive. Constraints do not eliminate purpose. They clarify it. When environments demand compromise of your values, my power gives you the strength to stand without becoming rigid or hostile. You can be firm without being harsh, faithful without being proud. This balance is not natural. It is cultivated through closeness with me. I sustain you across